Hey, welcome to the Dray Way. I'm really glad you're here. No, I'm serious. I really appreciate you stopping by and checking out the show. Yes, I love every single one of you. I do this because I want to grow the show. I want to have fun with you, hopefully entertain you, and hopefully you have a good time. And along the way, maybe learn just a little bit, maybe just a little bit. But one thing I can tell you on this show, you're going to get the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me. So instead of me talking, let's get started. Let's go! Welcome to the Dray Way today. I am glad you're here because today is kind of like, oh, you effed around, now you're going to find out. Yeah, you effed around and now you're going to find out. And who am I talking about? Oh, it's easy. NTTF. Say it with me, baby. NTTF. And you're going, Drayton, what are you talking about? What is NTTF? Those are the 4 red states that, yeah, you're going to be really sorry that you went red. Yeah, because it's tourism time. It's time to talk about tourism in the USA. And guess what? Yep, it's a falling duck. It's a falling duck. And we're talking about Nevada, Tennessee, Texas, and Florida. Yes, you effed around, and in 2025 and 2026, you're going to find out. Already it's down in Florida, down in Tennessee, Texas, already starting to feel the hit. And guess where else? Yep, Nevada, particularly Las Vegas and Reno. Believe me, I mean, Nevada's getting hit too. And that's what you get when you vote red. I have a feeling, just a feeling, that Nevada's learned its lesson. Yeah, I think so. Particularly Clark County here in Las Vegas. Clark County voted for Kamala Harris, just so you know. That county voted, but not heavy enough. Not heavy enough to carry the state. You got to win. You got to win by more votes to carry the whole state, and that didn't happen. And now you're going to feel all the repercussions because of that. And same thing in Florida. Florida, summertime. Hey, let's go to Florida. Hey, let's get in the car. Hey, let's go to Disney World. Hey, let's go to the beaches. Hey, mom and dad, let's go to Florida. Look at my head. That did not happen very much. In fact, there are many that we've been talking about, ghost beach towns, where towns that are expecting loads of people, and oh yeah, you're going to walk the boardwalk, and we're going to walk here, and we're going to do that, and we're going to do this. No, that's not what happened in Florida. And now Florida's coming into season. Texas is coming into season. Tennessee season. Nevada and Las Vegas coming into season. I hate to break it to you, but the numbers were bad. But when you're in season and you're expecting this huge surge and you don't get it, the gap gets wider. The gap gets more serious. You know, when you're off season and you have a bad, you're down 30%, that's like this. You're down 30% in your main season. When you depend on all your income, you're down 30% then. That's a really big problem. Really big problem. And guess where that's happening? NTTF. That's right. Nevada, you're in trouble. Tennessee, you're in trouble. Texas, you're in trouble. And Florida, you're in trouble. Because here comes season. Here comes October. October, November, December. And in Florida, October, November, December. October, November, December. They're really going to be bad. They're really going to be bad. They're really going to be bad. And it's going to be bad because, yes, my friends in Canada are like, good luck. Good luck. But it's just not Canada. It's Germany, France, Australia, the whole Asian continents. They're not coming either. They're saying, I think we'll wait. I think we'll wait it out a little bit. I think we'll hang out in Macau instead of going to Las Vegas. I think we'll hang out here instead of going to Florida. That's exactly what is happening. And it's going to be multiplied. It's going to be so much worse because now all these places are heading into season. In case you don't know, in Texas, what's the season right now? The season is foreclosures. My friend does foreclosures in Texas, and he says, Drayton, I used to get a couple of dozen to go check out. He goes, I'm getting hundreds now. Hundreds. He goes, in a week, I can't possibly check them all. I can't do it. I can't do it. There's too many. And it's only getting worse. It's not getting better. It's only getting worse. And what's going to happen when you have, people that we're going to Houston and we're going to Dallas and they're not coming. And it's going to devastate Texas. And it's going to devastate Florida. And the economy in Tennessee, yeah, they really depend on visitors. In Nashville, oh yeah. Oh yeah. They really depend on people coming into town. And guess what? Foreigners aren't coming. They're not coming. And I live literally a stone's throw from Las Vegas, from the Strip. I live minutes from the airport, minutes from downtown. And I can tell you right now, it's a lot softer here. A lot softer. Now, are there nights where some casinos do well? Yeah, certain ones. The rich are still going to play at the Wynn. Aria, the Wynn. The casinos that are like the Venetian and that, they're getting hurt a little bit. Not as much as the other casinos. There are other casinos that are getting hurt really, really bad. But this is just the beginning. Like I said, even Vegas has a season, and we're heading into it because September, October, November, December, January, there's a lot of conventions that take place. A lot of conventions. But already people have noticed that conventions are down. And they're down because people are not traveling to the United States. And they're not traveling to the United States because Donald Trump and his administration have made it extremely hard. And people just don't want to mess with it. It's one of those things where if you're not welcome, I'm not going. It's kind of like Hawaii. My buddy who's Hawaiian, he's like, to be honest with you, my family's been there forever. We'd rather you don't come. We'd rather you guys just stay out of Hawaii. I'm like, all right, fine. I've been to 49 states. I'm not, that Earth isn't going to end if I don't go to Hawaii. I really like the Caribbean anyway. So I'll see you in Tortula. I'll see you at the Soggy Dollar. I really don't need to go to Hawaii. I really don't care. But it's just one of those things where Hawaiians will tell you, yeah, we'd really rather you don't come. Okay, no problem. And it's the same thing is happening with the United States because Donald Trump has made it miserable. Donald Trump has made it so people do not want to come to the United States. Not only do they not want to come here, they don't even want to do business with us. And you've seen my prior stories about farmers in this country. Farmers are suffering and going bankrupt left and right. And once again, you got Trump to thank for that. But yeah, just remember, this season, NTTF, Nevada, Tennessee, Texas, and Florida. Watch what happens this season. I have a feeling over the next 6 months, you're going to hear a lot of whining and crying. A lot of whining and crying. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think about NTTF. Did they F around and now they're going to find out? Is that what happened? Let me know in the comments. And welcome to the Dray Way Report. I'm really glad you're here. And don't go anywhere because the Dray Way Report Part 2 is coming up next. Our president says really stupid things, really, really dumb things. Like, you got to get rid of mail-in voting. And I think we're the only country that does that. No, Mr. President. No, Trump. We're not the only country that does mail-in voting. No. There's lots of countries in some form that do mail-in voting. We're not the only ones. And it's a very effective way to vote. And I love how you think you're going to do a presidential or what, Mr. President, let me clue you in on something. You have absolutely nothing to do with voting. Nothing. And it's that way on purpose in the Constitution. You're not supposed to have anything to do with voting. Yeah, you may think you're the grand poobah of everything, but yeah, the Constitution was pretty clear. When it comes to voting, you have no say in anything. Nothing. You have nothing to do with it whatsoever. You know who does have something to do with it? The states. Remember the states? The states who are supposed to have all these rights, states' rights, remember? When suddenly if there's a Democratic president, if there's a Democrat, you guys remind us every second of every day. States' rights, states' rights, states' rights. President can't do shit. President doesn't mean anything. President can't say anything. It doesn't matter what the president says. It doesn't matter. Sorry. But that's the way it is, right? When Obama was in office, oh my God, they didn't stop screaming. The same thing over and over. When Biden was in office, old man Biden, states' rights, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. Sorry. But you know what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm spot on, right? I mean, every single time the Democrats get in office, suddenly it's all about the states. The president, who, the president? What does the president do? President? It's all about the states. But the minute you get a wacko Republican in office, you don't even hear the words state rights. You don't even hear someone talk about it. No one's mentioning it. Oh, he's the president. Whatever the president says. He is the president. I mean, he's the president. Gosh, guys, he is the president. That's why I have to laugh at Republicans. I have to laugh at them because their hypocrisy knows no bounds. Their hypocrisy is just, it's hard to swallow sometimes. But they are just so full of it, And here we are, Donald Trump announcing, I'm gonna do a presidential order. Dude, you have nothing to do with voting. Nothing. Your presidential order doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean you might as well use it to wipe in the toilet, because that's how much it means. It means absolutely nothing. You're the president. You have nothing to do with voting. Nothing. Zip, zero. So yeah, you can't create new law. Yeah, that's not a thing. You want to go against the U.S. Constitution? Good luck with that, Donald. Good luck with that. But guys, let me know what you think. You've heard about this, right? That he's going to, we got to get rid of the machines, and we got to get rid of mail-in voting, and we got to, have you ever noticed the reason that this is done? It's very simple. Republicans make voting very hard for one reason and one reason only. They don't have to depend then on their ideas because they don't have any. If you notice, they don't run on ideas. They don't run on, this is the great thing I'm going to do for America. They don't run on that. They run on nonsense. Like, I'm going to end the war and I'm going to lower prices on day one. That was complete and total bullshit, wasn't it? But no one even mentions it today. Hey, Mr. President, you said, and it was bullshit. You said you were going to lower prices and end the war immediately. You didn't do either one. You didn't do either one of them. So, but just get used to that. Because Republicans don't have a plan for anything. They don't have plans to make America great. They say that's their slogan, but what's the actual plan? They never have one. It's like their ability to bitch about healthcare, and it's like, okay, let's come together and let's come up with a better plan. No. We don't have one. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know. And don't go anywhere, part 3 to the Dray Way coming up next. Hey, welcome back to the Dray Way. You know, I've been talking about it for a couple of days, and I'm going to continue to talk about it. If you don't have your Stash account yet, I have a Stash link here. Stash is an amazing company that you can basically trade stocks in. It has a wealth of information. It's very easy to use. I use Stash, and I've put a link up there because if you use Stash and start the account with as little as $10, they will add right now for a few more days, I think, they will add $50 to your account. So you can start getting trading today. I made a trade just this morning. I bought a company called Vertiv. They do cooling for AI. And I think Vertiv is going to be a company worth investing in. I invested about a year ago, and it's done nothing but go up. So I put some more money in just this morning. And the stock is called Vertiv. And it has to do with AI cooling. That's a big industry in AI because the energy necessary and the heat generated is huge. So the need for cooling is always going to be there. So in a particular industry, I always look for segments to invest in that don't always have the gloss and the gleam that making, the chips. I mean, that's more glamorous. More people look at the chips. But I look at the industry around the whole thing, the industry as a whole and what is needed. And cooling, when it comes to AI, cooling is imperative. Without it, it just doesn't work because these chips and the energy that is required creates a lot of heat. So I'm in on the companies that help make those things function and work better. And that all comes from cooling. But getting back to Stash, get your Stash account. I strongly suggest that you tune in every day because we'll be talking about different stocks. And you know some of my staples, the ones that I'm absolutely in love with. Of course, I'm in love with NVIDIA. I'm in love with Netflix. I'm in love with DoorDash. Those stocks are the ones that I think are just in the long term going to consistently do well. I've been in Costco for the last 5 years. Costco stock I will always own. I will never part with Costco. I will never. It's one of those stocks, just like Microsoft. I can't even tell you how many years I've owned Microsoft. I've owned Microsoft seems like forever now. But there are just certain companies, that you just want to hang on to because they're the right ones, they're the leaders, and they consistently do well again and again and again. And I keep telling you on this platform, real estate is not the thing right now. I don't think it's going to be the thing a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now. I think real estate has nothing but problems ahead. So will we talk about real estate from time to time? Sure. But I can't in good conscience tell my audience, hey, prices have gone down a little bit. Now's a good time to get it. No. No. I don't think real estate has any good answers, at least for the next 3 to 5 years. So what do I believe in? I believe in gold in the stock market because the stock market, ever since the mid-'70s, has never let me down. I always, after a few years, doesn't matter if it's sometimes 2 years, 3 years, sometimes it's only a year, but consistently, new record high, new record high, new record high, new record high, again and again and again. So I'm going to tell my audience, get involved in the stock market, hang out here. If you need some questions answered, if you don't understand, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for at the Dray Way Report, and I'm glad you're here. And thank you guys for making this show grow the way it is. I can't thank you enough. I want you to know I really, really appreciate it. And I hope to see you tomorrow right here on the Dray Way Report because there's a new show each and every day, and I hope to see you here. Have a great day, everybody.
Watch this. I can do it. Let's go!
No, good. He does it better. Much better.